47 Trips Around the Sun and Still a Virgin by Nadia Elahi, published September 2023. Click to play the button and listen to me read this, or read and listen at the same time. You'll certainly capture my true emotions when you listen. Also, there are several past blogs referenced in this one, and those titles and/or words and phrases have been hyperlinked for you. It's been a bit since my last blog post, but as you know, I took some time off in August to celebrate my birthday and to travel to Atlanta, Georgia. But I am back and ready to share a brand new season this fall and winter of stories in my Pakistani Southern Belle world via Los Angeles, California. Recently, the school semester at my college just started up, and for the first time in 15 years, I did not spend the Labor Day weekend creating lesson plans or PowerPoint slides for week two's lectures. It felt awesomely liberating as I am still on this teaching sabbatical journey. But you know what I did do for the long holiday weekend instead? I decided that September 1st marked the start of autumn for me, so I took out all my fall and Halloween decor. Yep, at House Elahi. It's all orangey with a splash of black, and once my neighborhood pumpkin patch opens, I will pick out my gourds for the season. Now, as you can see from the title, this will highlight my 47 years around the sun, aka my 47th birthday, which just passed last month. My birthday is my special day, the only day I get to myself. Yes, just like everyone else in the world gets one too. But I am not a mom or a wife, so there are no Mother's Days or wedding anniversaries for me. I can barely get my folks to acknowledge Teacher Appreciation Day or Aunt Day for me, so the date of my birth is all I get. Therefore, I like to give myself the whole damn week. Hell, the whole month, in fact. I've earned it as a single independent woman. No boyfriend, husband, dad, mom helping me pay the bills. But more importantly, and less passive-aggressively, my dad made birthdays so special in my family. And each year on my day, I miss him the most. Just remembering, I can literally hear his voice in my head, wishing me, "Happy birthday, Kimmy," and I nearly tear up. Reminder, my middle name is Kim, and only my mother is allowed to call me Kimmy today. Okay, but enough of that. The part in the title about being a virgin is a ruse. I was totally trying to get your attention. That ship sailed decades ago, and I have shared that in past blogs before, so you shouldn't be too shocked, aunties. Geez, I am 47 after all. But I'll explain that part of the title a bit later. Oh, and in case you wanted to know the exact date of my birth, my name day, for future good wishes and gifts, it's August 17th. Mark your 2024 calendars now. #48. When I turned 45, I devoted a whole blog post to my birthday, as it was a huge year for me, reaching what I considered to be my scary age. And if you want to catch up on that one, you can read or listen to it here at Having the 45th Birthday Blues, but realizing I still got game. But whatever scariness I felt back then surely has dissipated in current days as I get closer to the 5th decade of my life. In other words, getting older doesn't scare me as much. Much of this fear has lessened with new life changes happening to me since then. A major change, to be precise, involves Story Mill Entertainment wanting to develop and produce a TV series based on my blog. Yes, it is exciting, and I am extremely fortunate to have this opportunity. Thank you so much to those of you out there who have extended congratulatory best wishes and encouragement for me. If you're behind on this latest big news of mine, maybe you've been asleep for 5 months, or you were gone in the blip when Thanos snapped his fingers. You never know. You can still catch up here and read or listen all about it at the Pakistani Southern Belle Goes Hollywood via Georgia. But with this change in my professional life, I have seen a lot happen in my personal life. Some friends ignoring me and my news, and I have seen some things not happen in my personal life. Again, some friends ignoring me and my news. Go figure. But that's also where the virginal part of my title comes in. So let me dive into that. A year ago, just before turning 46, I penned a blog post discussing the topic of sex in my Pakistani world. Again, if you're behind, as I won't retell all of that, you can catch up here at Let's Talk About Sex in My Pakistani World. But the gist of that post last year included this. Your Pakistani Southern Belle's body and emotions were going through a lot. AKA, I was super horny, even confided in my mother about it. However, I felt confident that my randy nature would be assuaged soon enough, definitely before or in time for my 47th birthday. In fact, I was on my way with that endeavor with potential suitors in the works, one being the gentleman caller who blew my dinner invite off for a trip to Vegas, you may remember in a past post. Meanwhile, there was a former student. Relax, he had graduated and long since been a student of mine since 2014. But nothing of the sexual nature happened due to a flat tire he had and didn't want to take an Uber to come over to my place. He tried to reschedule, but my window for him had closed by then. And more recently, in my season finale blog, I shared everything about the dog I fell for, namely Riggs, an actual dog, but his dad also played a part, aka the neighbor. Though to refresh your memory, it was only Riggs who reciprocated my affection, and I'm pretty sure Riggs would have given me happy birthday kisses or sweet puppy dog licks had he been a more intellectual creature knowledgeable of August 17th. Oh, I miss that pup so much. And in between these guys, there were numerous flirtatious encounters with random sexy strangers at my neighborhood bars, including with some of the hot and gallant bartenders, and then even with cute, charming friends of friends that I met this past year. What came of all this testosterone thrown my way? Fast forward to my 47th trip around the sun, and well, you can hear crickets chirping near my vagina. Yep, it's been a very, very dry year, and I'm not talking about the LA heat despite the weak amount of humidity Angelinos complain about. Yep, eye-roll worthy for a southerner. And get this, the irony. After learning the news that my blog is being developed into a TV series, a girlfriend, actually two of them, said to me, "You're going to have so much sex now." Cue the laugh track. That was said to me months ago. The crickets are still chirping. Here's a little story, very simple and straightforward in its telling, on the gist of an experience I've had with a certain boy recently this year. Not previously named, so let's just call him Dude. I'll give you the skinny without really giving you the skinny, mainly to shield said dude. The conscious decision to shield him is my choice. So, here it is. After Nadia met Dude, they became friends. Nadia enjoyed their commonalities in age, life experiences, and interest. There was never a dull conversation between them. Nadia thought to herself, "Dude gets me." Soon, Nadia started liking Dude a lot, even more than as a friend, and thought Dude liked her the same way, but unfortunately, he did not. Mixed signals, perhaps, as Dude rejected Nadia by telling her he had started dating someone new. But then new ended up having many different faces. How strange, Nadia wondered. But Dude wanted to remain friends with Nadia, even promised to do a better job as a friend since Nadia felt she was doing all the heavy lifting in their friendship. But then Dude never even wished Nadia a happy birthday. So, are Nadia and Dude friends today? In one word, crickets. The end. All bitter humor aside, I didn't just lose a possible love interest. most importantly, I lost a friend, and it's made me deeply sad. To quote my therapist, move forward, the emphasis being forward, not on. And to paraphrase myself from a previous blog, my work and my devotion to this blog and future TV series are my significant other, my love life. No, it can't give me an orgasm, but that's what my purple toy in my nightstand goodie drawer is for. Sorry if that shocks you aunties and mom, but it's what I have control over, and for now, I am okay with that. Or at the least, I have to be okay with that. On the plus, my purple toy will never hurt my feelings until it needs to be recharged unexpectedly again. But damn it, it can suck being at the top. The loneliness is thunderous. What I mean by the top is that I am independent and I can take care of myself when it comes to food, shelter, paying my bills, and yes, even sexually gratifying myself, all without being a future TV show creator, which I'll admit I naively thought would make me more desirable and attractive to men, even to dude, only to find the opposite, I feel. Oh, and I just learned that Chris Evans, aka Captain America, aka my top celebrity crush, got married over the weekend. His new bride is 26 years old. She's probably never needed a goodie drawer or even knows what one is. Bitter party of one. But in all seriousness, the desire is still there for me to want to have someone, a best friend in my life to connect with on an emotional, intellectual, and physical level. To come home and share my day with someone special, or to wake up with said person who's just there for me and likewise me for him. Unfortunately, my purple toy doesn't come with these features, so I feel like a virgin all over again. I'm back in high school, watching the handsome jock go out with all the pretty blonde and brunette cheerleaders. In my case today, more new and simple brunettes than blondes. For the past year or so, I have felt like that awkward, insecure, ugly musilum piece of dung brown girl back at Washita Parish High School who wrote and directed the school plays but didn't have a date for prom. But instead of being 17, I'm 47. My simple philosophy, taken from, yes, you guessed it, Sex and the City, in particular from the character of Berger, despite his shitty breakup to Carrie with a post-it note, is this. If we're into you, we're coming upstairs, we're booking the next date. It's that simple with men, I believe. I want to be wanted. I'm reminded of what a dear old friend used to always tell me before she passed away. She read tarot cards, by the way, and yes, she was totally my psychic. Anyway, she would say in her raspy, cigarette-smoking voice, "Man proposes, but God disposes." And every time she told me this after reading my cards based on my many redundant questions about my love life, I'd roll my eyes. And if I were being totally honest, the quote, or rather biblical proverb as I came to learn, didn't make sense to me at first until recently. Sure, I can plan to get laid a lot, like I boasted in last year's blog before my 47th birthday, but it doesn't mean that's what God or the universe had in mind. And yes, I naively thought some fun, sexy betting activity could lead to a partner. Fuck, I was so ignorantly optimistic last year. I can't stop from shaking my head in disapproval of myself. Again, as my therapist would encourage and add, move forward. Forgive yourself, Nadia. Sometimes easier said than done. Anyhow, being a single gal, it can be hard each year to figure out what I will do for the birthday, let alone with whom I will spend it with. If I'm back home in Louisiana with the family, or if one of them is visiting me here in LA, which has happened in the past, there's no pressure or stress on what I'll do for the big day. I'm covered, protected in a way. My family, especially my mother and sister, will always make it a special time for me. Well, this year I did something new by traveling to Atlanta to spend it with friends who live there. As many of you may know, my dear friends Vanessa, her husband French, and daughter live out there now, and so do friends Jen and GT, my gracious hosts for my 2-week visit. I already missed those afternoon cocktails at Shea Taylor and time with my new pup friend Hank. But on the evening of August 17th this year, I was treated to a lovely dinner party which included homemade yummy lasagna, a childhood favorite dish of mine, prepared by Vanessa and her sweet daughter Helene, followed by a delicious birthday cake of red velvet, another favorite of mine, adorned with lit candles while everyone sang happy birthday to me, making the whole night memorable for this single gal. The day reminded me of how lucky I am to have such wonderful people in my corner, good folks who have my back. Much gratitude goes to Jen, GT, Vanessa, French, and Helene. And to offset the part about being away from my girlfriends here in LA, I got to have extended time celebrating my birthday with my awesome and devoted gal pals, Carrie and Melissa, upon my return. Yes, I may be a single gal, and with my blog tagline focusing on the aspect of being single, I recently joked how I might have to remain single in order to gather intel and material for this blog. But I can't jokingly lie. It would be nice, perhaps one day, to have a man who wants to come up my stairs, to book that next date, and hopefully wish me happy birthday when I turn 48. Note, Muslim is purposely misspelled, as that's how my Facebook cyberbully misspelled it when she called me that a few years ago, the catalyst of my first blog, Meet the Pakistani Southern Belle. Also note, photography in this blog provided by GT Taylor. Thanks, GT.